welcome. Fade to Black breaking news for this Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. This is all of the news that you need. I am Jimmy Church. Happy Earth Day, everyone. That's right, it's Earth Day. April 22nd is officially Earth Day. Happy Earth Day, everyone. All right, this week on Fade to Black. Last night we had Peter Benson on the show. Higher frequencies, great conversation. Tonight, it's Ray Hernandez, Beyond UFOs, the Study. Tomorrow night, Captain Ron Janix is with us. He is the producer of Contact in the Desert. And then Thursday, Jason Martell is with us. And the show is called Ancient Aliens because he's been on Ancient Aliens since season 1, episode 1. I do have 4 events coming up starting next week. The Contact Modalities XPO. This is May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2025 in Delavan Lake at Delavan, Wisconsin. And then after that, I come back for Contact in the Desert, which is May 29th through June 2nd, right here in Palm Springs, California. Then I head south to South America with Brian Forrester, heading to Peru for the Inca celebration of the sun. This tour is sold out, but we do have a second tour coming up in November. Links for that are below. Come back to the States for the PSI Games. That's right, the Psychic Olympics, August 1st through the 3rd, 2025 in Charlottesville, Virginia. All of the events that I have on the schedule for 2025 are below. The links are there. Tickets, info, speakers, everything that you need. All right, let's get to it. On this day in history, 1978, the Blues Brothers make their world premiere on Saturday Night Live. World changed on that day. Here's your fader fact. Check this out. Metallica. Now, I vetted this, by the way. All right. Metallica is the only band to perform on all 7 continents. And yes, Metallica played a concert in Antarctica. It was on December 8th, 2013, and it was called Freeze 'Em All. Inside a dome at the Carlini, Argentine base, they did it to a crowd of 120 people. There you go. There's your fader fact. Metallica, all 7 continents. Pretty impressive. Let's get into the breaking news. A new bill moving forward in the Florida Senate would give homeowners the right to use reasonable force to take down drones infringing on their right to privacy, directly conflicting with the federal airspace regulations while raising new legal questions regarding how far a person can go to defend their home from surveillance. The bill would permit homeowners to use reasonable force to stop a drone from infringing on their expectation of privacy. I don't think that means throwing rocks. I'm just guessing. A new study from geologists at the University of Colorado Boulder paints a picture of Mars that was relatively warm and wet from the different view of the freezing wasteland that we have today. The team's findings were just published yesterday in the Journal of Geophysical Research, Planets, and suggest that heavy rain likely fed the many networks of valleys and channels that shaped the Martian surface billions of years ago. Yeah, it's a study, but we already knew that. To confirm the presence of organics and life, a team from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory proposes new Enceladus orbit landers to conduct in situ measurements of Enceladus plumes. That's right. This mission would launch in November 2038, that's a ways away, and spend the next 7.5 years traveling to Saturn, followed by a 1-year Saturn approach and orbital transfer to Enceladus. Yeah, and I like the use of the word life to prove it. Very interesting. A newly decoded 1900-year-old papyrus shows how 2 guys tried gaming the Roman tax system and learned that Imperial Rome did not mess around with tax cheats. That's right. Like getting eaten alive by leopards. Yeah, they were not messing around. Now, according to the scroll, the punishments they faced were hard labor in salt mines, exile, or public execution via wild animals. Yeah, the IRS, they're just laydowns compared to that. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says that he has given food company executives 2 years to remove red dye number 40 and other artificial dyes from their products. The meeting took place back on March 10th, and it involved executives from Kraft Heinz, General Mills, Tyson Foods, Kellogg's, Smuckers, and Pepsi. The Food and Drug Administration back in January banned red dye number 3. We remember that from all food products. All right. And finally, I'll leave you with this. Google has now teamed up with marine biologists and AI researchers to build a large language model designed not to chat with humans, but with dolphins. The model is called Dolphin Gemma, an LLM trained to recognize, predict, and eventually generate dolphin speak, to not only learn how they talk to each other, but how we, us, might strike up a conversation with them ourselves. Dolphin Gemma is audio in, audio out, which listens to dolphins and predicts what sounds will come next, learning the structure of dolphin communication. Now, how do they plan on doing this? Great question. And I'm glad you asked. They will be using modified cell phones. I'm not making this up. And I'll keep you posted. We always wonder, what would dolphins do if they continue to evolve? Would they have built the internet? Would they have built computers and cell phones? Well, now they're going to be using them. Seriously. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. Fade to Black breaking news is brought to you by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody that tonight on Fade to Black, Ray Hernandez is here, and we are going to be talking about his Beyond UFOs study. Until then, all I've got is go Beckley Teppy.